Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, and welcome to another session of webinars organized by the Celtic Publishing. Hello, hello. Very happy to be with you here today. Today's webinar is Life Skills Through Storytelling, and it's named Let's Be Happy Together. So this is one of the many webinars organized by the Celtic Publishing dedicated to teachers of primary school, mostly, but not only. And if you are looking for materials, ideas, resources on how to teach civic education in your English classes, in this webinar, you're going to find ideas, materials, and lots of ideas to use in your classes, which I really hope you're going to find useful. So again, thank you for joining us. And a big welcome from me, Katerina Nicola. I'm a teacher of English with a background in teaching English for about 2 decades now, and also an examiner for Cambridge exams, speaking examiner. So hello again. Just to make sure that everybody can hear me, please, can you type in the chat box hello if you can hear me? Type in the chat box. You can find it at the bottom of your screen. Type hello if you can hear me. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. If you wish, you can also tell us where are you joining us from. A big hello from the team here at the offices of Celtic Publishing, and we are in Monte San Vito near Ancona. Where are you joining us from? Okay, that's hello, Paula. Viteb, okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So many of you are sending. Thank you for responding. Hello, nice to meet you all. Okay, so I think we can get started, and a few things on how it works with a webinar. So first, this session is being recorded. So you're going to find a recorded version of this webinar later on, perhaps starting from tomorrow on the website. I'm going to give you instructions in the end of the presentation. You're going to find the website link, and you can find uploaded starting probably from tomorrow, a recorded version. And secondly, all the slides we're going to share today with you will be also accessible. And finally, I just wanted to tell you it's at any point, just feel free to send your questions, to share your thoughts. And if you have any doubts, you just feel free to write your questions. In the QR chat box at the bottom of your screen. You can find that there at the bottom of the screen. Okay, all right. So that said, I think we can get started. All right, I'm going to share my screen. Just give me a second, please. Okay, let's get started with the first slide. So as we said, this is the webinar dedicated to life skills, teaching real life skills through storytelling. And let's have a look. We're going to look at today's webinar. We're going to look at how to teach real life skills in primary school, how to develop students' life skills while teaching English. And finally, we're going to look at the content and resources from the new course book, Happy Days, which you can see the cover on the slides. You can see the cover of the books from level 1, Happy Days 1, and Happy Days 4. Okay, right. So I think we can go on with the first slide. As I said before, we're going to look at life skills and what does it involve. First, I'm going to start with asking you to think for a moment in the daily life of a little child. We have our kids in classroom all morning, but what happens after they leave school? What do they do? How do they spend their afternoons and their time outside the classroom? I want you to think for a moment, what do they do when their school day is finished? What is it like? what activities they do, apart from obviously the simple thing, eating, sleeping, etc. What activities, how do they spend their afternoons, their weekends? If you have any ideas, please share with us in the chat box. What activities do children, little kids, when they leave school? So obviously, yes, they study, they do homework, they prepare for the next day at school, and that's obvious. And they, apart from doing homework, also they do sports, very important. What other activities can you think of? Can you please type in the chat box? Okay. All right. Yes, so many of you are responding. Thank you for this. Okay. I can see a lot of you have responded. Okay, so many of you said, okay, many of you said that little children chat and play with friends, and they also can spend their time playing out in the park. Some of them, they are little kids, they spend out in the park. They help at home. They may tidy their books, they tidy their clothes and other kind of help at home. Spend time with their families, meet people. They spend time meeting, I don't know, perhaps the neighbors, relatives, etc. Also take part in cultural performances, practice hobbies, visit different places with their parents, visiting, going around the city or in another place during weekends, spend time, if they have any pets, spending time playing with that. It's another kind of activity. And obviously the most popular is using gadget and technology, using tablets, playing video games and similar things. Okay. So in these different activities during their daily life, during the daily life of our students, they interact with the environment when they play with friends, when they meet people, with neighbors, when they perhaps go shopping with parents. In each and every moment during their daily life, these little kids interact. They constantly connect and communicate with others, and they need to understand how to manage all this interaction in everyday life, not just in the classroom, but also outside the classroom. They need to develop these kind of skills. So developing real life skills is extremely significant for the children. And it's obviously parents and teachers' duty to guide and support them into building up those skills, as they are vital in their later life as adults, when they grow up, as and the challenges that they will deal in their later life. Sorry, excuse me. Okay, so civic education or citizenship education, teaching these skills or teaching this set of skills in the classroom, in the English classroom, what does it exactly mean? Well, integrated civic education in primary school means supporting children to develop as future citizens, to develop this set of skills that will make them able to be active and responsible, to empower their social skills, to be able to interact with other people, to develop the culture of peace, more relevant than ever. And also the civic education will give them the possibility to understand their duties, what they are supposed to do, what they are supposed to be responsible. So to help them understand, acknowledge their rights, to promote mutual respect, to encourage harmony, and most importantly, to establish good civic sense. All right. Now, teaching civic in primary school It might mean many things. Um, it has many aspects, but probably some of the concepts of the civic education, those that involve the law, the government, and how society works, these kind of things are a little bit complex for little children. So in that, keeping this in mind, at this age, in the primary school, students of age 7, 8, 9 years old, probably the focus of civic education, what teachers do in the classroom, is mostly focusing on instilling values, social values, moral values, and developing good behaviors, modeling what is considered good behavior, what is accepted good behavior, how they should interact with other people, what is accepted, what kind of behavior is not accepted, is not okay to do in the classroom when they interact with the classmates at school time or afternoon in their daily life. So let's have a look which values, which core values, which moral values and skills we need to focus on as teachers during the school time. Can you please let me know in the chat box, please? Type which moral values do you think teachers should focus in the primary school while teaching civic education to students of primary school? Please type in the chat box. Which values do you think we need to focus on? Yeah, absolutely. Lisa, respect, yeah, that's right. Accept the diversity, very important. Respect is another one coming from your comments. Citizenship in general, that's right. Also climate, tolerance, respectful, yeah, solidarity. Lots of you are saying respect, collaboration, yes, absolutely. Freedom of, I didn't see that. Freedom of religion, very important, yes. Accepting diversity, it's also, yeah. Sharing, patience, dignity, I like this one. Respect to others' point of view, very important. I'm so happy for all your responses. Okay, quite significant, all of this. Teamwork is another one. Well, that's exactly what I had in mind when I was preparing the slides. And yes, I put a collection. The list of the values is long. It's quite long. At the top of the list, you might find resilience, empathy, kindness, politeness, tolerance, mutual respect, gratitude, self-esteem. Also, this is important. Self-awareness. And it's quite at the core of the values of critical thinking, being able to think critically to solve problems in a short time independently. Also, dealing with emotion is one of the crucial things we need to focus on, and as well as connecting with others. And of course, the list goes on as there are many, many more. Right. So on the next slide, we're going to focus on some of the possible questions. Some teachers might be concerned or worried. So how do I teach civics in the English classroom? Where to start with? I can understand these concerns. It's everybody in the same position, even though you might be experienced enough. These kind of questions are quite possible. So my advice in teaching civics and values and social skills could be just start very easy. Start very low, start with a basic, very simple, easy to follow story. Why stories? Because stories can turn any lesson into a happy adventure, and they can be a powerful tool for teachers. And I think everybody agree on this. We know everybody, in any lesson, any subject that you can teach, especially in languages, storytelling is a powerful tool. And through the story characters, the simple dialogues, the colorful illustration, as well as the teacher support, of course, the teacher should be there to support the students with help and knowledge. But through this experience, the young learners will experience the world from another perspective. And this probably increases the chance of better acquisition and at the same time makes the learning a joyful journey. Okay, because it's happy learning and happy teaching for happy days in a happy classroom with happy students. All right, let's move on. As I said in the beginning, we're going to look at content and resources from Happy Days new course book from the Celtic Publishing. So the pages you are looking at, I'm going to show you a selection of a typical story. This is taken from Happy Days 3, Level 3 course book. And you're looking at the Magic Courtyard story, which is about being different. We're going to look at this step by step. I'm going to show you a part of a story. I'm going to leave this for a moment. You can see the colorful illustrations and the short, simple dialogues. You can see that the dialogues are short, the language is simple, it's not complex, so that children can follow. Okay. Right, let me move on. Well, firstly, let's look at this scene from the Magic Courtyard. Now, how can you use this material in the classroom with a focus on the values, okay? So I imagine that most of you are aware how we use stories in the classroom and the steps how to use this material. So we might want to start with brainstorming the words that might be necessary to teach vocabulary, some vocabulary maybe. And after that, how you can use this with a focus on the values. Maybe you can start by asking students, tell them, look at the, look at the title of the story. Where do you think they are? And they can tell you back, they are in a farm, because you can see the animals in the picture, and or in a courtyard. And then you might continue, what is unusual about this place? Well, it says magic, and the animals are talking. So this is a magic place where animals can talk. Let's see what happens next. Okay. In the magic courtyard, there is Peter and there's the boy Grant. Now, Peter says, you're thin and you haven't got a tail. You're ridiculous. You might want to ask the students, what does Peter say about the boy? Peter says the boy has no tail, is ridiculous. You might want to continue. Is the boy happy when he listens to Peter's words? Of course not. He's not happy. What happens next? Now the conversation is, again, Peter and the other boy are laughing at Grant. Is saying, look at you. You're fat. You've got an enormous nose. Is Peter happy now? Is the boy kind to Peter? Is it okay to laugh at others? Of course not. What happens next? We have a new character in the story. There's Lisa the lizard. And she says, listen, everybody is different and unique and beautiful. What is Lisa saying? You can ask children to draw their attention to the message of the story. Lisa says everyone is unique. Are they happy now? Of course they are. At this point, you might want to discuss with the children the message of the story, exactly the words of Lisa. And you need to emphasize that it is okay to be different. It's okay to be tall or short. It's okay to be fat or thin. But it's not okay to laugh at others. Okay, so we saw this sample of very simple story of level 3 when obviously the children have little language to produce, and then you want to insist to emphasize the concept or the message of the story by asking them who was their favorite character of the story. Can you draw the character? Can you explain why that character is your favorite one? What did he do in the story? Okay, so you can ask the kids to tell you their favorite character. So this will give them an opportunity to reflect on the story and also to practice their English, their writing skill, their speaking skills. These two pages are taken from Happy Days again, with this more follow-up activities to consolidate also the language used in the story. And then they can draw, they can make drawings to decorate the class or the school corridors, which is quite a fantastic idea, to have the walls of the classroom with the characters and drawings of the children. And as you ask them why, as you ask them their favorite character, you need to insist on why. Okay, so this is the help of the support from the children. It's not just presenting the story and go on with different things. You need to insist to go back, make them draw, make them reflect, make them tell you and share their thoughts about what happened in the story. And maybe you want to encourage them to be like Lisa, because Lisa doesn't laugh at others. As you can see, this is a very little and simple story, but you, depending on the teacher in the classroom, you can use it as a tool to get the message across. Apart from the message of the stories, you want also to develop their language skills. So you can have, here we have a selection of different tasks. These pages are again taken from the student book and the workbook section. Of the same book. They're in one piece. You can find workbook and student book in the same page, in one piece, and you can find 4 different tasks with 4 different focuses. I'd say the first one is reading, focus on the reading skills and comprehension. Are the students able to understand? So you're checking the comprehension and reading skills. Can they respond true or false? Do they understand the sentence? Do they need help maybe to translate and understand this? Then you can consolidate the language again by this activity suggested in the book, which is reading activity and matching, read the text in the box and match with the right animal. Then you can go on listening practice. It's always in the same topic. It's always on the same story. So you can see how many different tasks you can use to consolidate. You can use on the same story to consolidate different skills, to develop different skills. The last one here, it says retell the story. There are different pictures showing the same images from the previous story that we saw before. This time the students need to put them in order and then retell what happens in the story. And this gives them this opportunity to practice the language, to practice the speaking skills, improve fluency, and go back again to the focus and to the message of the story. All right. Okay. Let me see. Let me move on to the next slide. All right, so we're moving to something different now. Okay, there is a question. What do these pictures have in common? Look at the 4 different pictures here. Can you imagine, can you guess what do they have in common? I can see some messages coming. Stones, everybody say the bricks. Yes. All right, stones. Okay, yes, you got this. All pictures have stone. Very well done, Elena. Yes, that's right. And Nina, okay, thank you. Relaxing mood, yes, I like that. Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're quite right. What we have in what they have in common is that all show different uses of stones. Okay. And what do stones have to do with teaching? Someone might say, well, the answer is on the next slide. I'm going to share an idea from the Happy Together books, Friendly Messages on a Stone. So let's look at this slide I got from internet. 7 things every kid needs to hear. There are some simple messages here. I love you, I'm listening, you've got what it takes, I'm proud of you, I'm sorry, this is your responsibility. These are encouraging messages. And the idea suggested on the book, it's very simple, and I think it's quite effective, quite nice to do it. I really encourage you to try with your students. So it's kind messages on the pebble or on pebble stones. It is suggested, I said before, on Happy Together level 4. So we have a little bit older kids here. And here's a page from the book. So on the page from the book, you can see all the steps you need to take to do the activity with your kids and everything you need to use in the classroom. So these are suggestions. You might use something different. So you might share, or you might choose to, instead of paint and brush it, to use other materials for painting. But obviously the idea is very simple. So you can collect with the children in the park or outside in the school yard. You can collect small pebbles or stones. After cleaning them, after going through, maybe with some little with a little bit of help from you, that maybe there you can clean and then ask them to draw. They can draw different images, or even better, they can write a message. And this would encourage a friendship and would encourage friendship, kindness, politeness. Maybe they have a classmate or a good, the best friend in the class, and they might draw something in the pebble and give it to the classmate by writing a message. I don't know, like, thank you for being my friend, or thank you for helping me. And these kind of things are really simple ideas to encourage good behavior in the classroom and connection and communicate with each other. Now, the book here suggests also you can use the pebbles or the stones, and you can leave somewhere in the park, perhaps. Leave them in places for people to find, just any common people, not necessarily people that you know. Can you imagine that feeling if you're walking down the park and you see a small pebble painted or drawn by a little kid with a beautiful message on it? I think it's quite nice, this idea. And here we can see the result of this if you apply this task with kids. So here you can see some message: you are worth it, smile, hope, don't stress, you are amazing, you can do it. Here's another one: keep smiling, or just simple drawings. Okay, now at this point, I don't know if you have any questions. Let me see. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Michaela. Yes, Elisa, I think too. Words of kindness, very important, very important. And again, it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. Everybody has, drawing felt tip pens or buttons. You can also glue. They can also glue buttons, etc. With simple things. Just we don't want to complicate our lives. We can do simple things, but with deeper meaning, just to encourage little children from a young age to demonstrate the best of themselves. All right, so let me move on. We were talking about kind messages. Now we're going to look at a page from Happy Together level 2. It is focused on value, teaching life skills and values through stories. Now, I'd like you to take a closer look at this picture. Maybe you don't know, but anyway, it's in this level 2, there are 3 main characters. There's the glove, the boot, and the socks. They are 3 very good friends. And I'd like you to look at these at this part of the story and tell me, what kind of message do you think this story is trying to give? Which social skill do you think this story tries to teach? Can you imagine? Can you guess? Respect, patience. That's right. We are all different. Okay. Respect turns. Yes, Nina, that's correct. And share. Take turns. Yeah, so many. Learning to cue. Very good point, Amelia. Very good point. And respect, obviously. That's right. Okay. So here you can see what is the story focus. Obviously, in the book, you're going to, at the page, there are other parts of the story. I didn't, just because time is limited and space is limited, so I didn't put all the page in it. So you can see at the end, there's Tilly, one of the best, very nice character of the story in the level 1 and 2 and 3 of Happy Together. And she is the wise in the story. She always gets these all messages. Remember, be patient, wait your turn, say please, say thank you, be kind, and share. Let me continue. Yes, these very beautifully illustrated short, simple stories on Happy Together too. You can see here the other parts of the 3 friends, the glove, the sock, and the shoe. They are very good friends. And yes, be patient. It's my turn. No, it's my turn, etc. So these are very typical. We all know in the classroom things like this happen. Kids are kids. They are little. They don't know how to be patient. They don't know how to wait their turn. So it's a good opportunity here to bring it to their attention, to make them aware that it's not okay to be all together. So they have to wait. And apart from waiting and being patient, of course, also other words like kindness or being polite, saying thank you, saying you're welcome, etc. Going on furthermore with on the same book, on the same level, Happy Together too, we're looking at another page of the book, which is mostly focusing on a different value. This kind is politeness in the classroom and outside the classroom. Politeness, good behavior, good manners, okay, and magic words. So apart from just teaching and telling them, also integrating songs could help and could give a very good result with children. It works very well. The music and songs are a good way of introducing ideas and vocabulary to the kids. So we have here another nice song to encourage children to be patient and use the magic word. I'm going to share with you the song. It's a very happy song, so here it is. Let's
Page
listen.
13. Sing and complete.
Oops, a technical problem. No, okay, there is something. All right, I'm sorry. Excuse me, there is a little technical problem with the song.
Page
It was
13.
working before, but for some, okay.
Page 13.
All right.
Sing
Yes.
and complete.
The team here tells me that the song is playing. I'm sorry for that. Excuse me.
Open your heart with 2 keys. Use the magic words. Thank you and please. In a queue, 2 rules to learn. Be patient and wait your turn.
All right. Okay. More on songs, apart from kind words saying thank you, excuse me, etc. We have another song, the kindness song. Now, in this lovely song, it is to motivate children to be kind and polite, and it is suggested again on Happy Together too. You can see also the kids should do this task of completing the gaps. Remember to say, remember to be, we don't know. They have to complete with the right word, hello, hi, or friendly. For them, for us, it's too simple. For them, it's quite a big deal here because their English is so limited. So Okay, so would you like to listen to the song? Okay, fingers crossed this time is going to play.
Page 5. Sing and
Thank you.
complete.
All right.
Remember to be friendly. Remember to be kind. Remember to say hi and to keep an open mind. Remember to be friendly. Say yes, not no. Remember not to turn away.
Let's eat. Okay, so you got an idea. So how much material you can find in this new course book, how many things you can do with the focus on teaching values, making clear to the children what is good behavior, what manners, how should they behave with the classmates in the classroom and outside. Now I'm going to show you some more ideas, some other more material and resources, again from Happy Together too. This material, you can use it in 3 different ways. So if you look at it, there is this drawing with a short phrase on it. And what you can do with this, first you can ask the kids or the children to look at the drawings and choose a corresponding phrase. For example, look at the drawing, what happens here? What should we put in the speech bubble? Should we say hi or thank you? And they need to decide. Or in another situation here, in another drawing, it shows 2 people meeting for the first time. What should we say? Nice to meet you or sorry? And they need to understand, with your support, you explain to them, what does it mean, nice to meet you? Or what does it mean, excuse me, etc. You're welcome, etc. So this is one use of it. A second one, you can play a miming game. You can put the students in pairs. One of them mimes an action. For example, mimes an action of meeting somebody or giving something to someone. And the other student can say in English, what should they say? If somebody gives you something, you have to say thank you. And the other one has to say you're welcome. So just focus on teaching not only vocabulary, but also good ways of behaving. And another activity using the same page here is a role play and practice the words. Okay, practice the words and role play, and also miming, as we said before. And there is more on activities, ideas and activities on here on the same book. Recycling the same vocabulary. After you have presented the vocabulary, the expression, the phrases, what to say and how to behave, then there is more on this, on the same topic. This one here is a memory game. So what you need to do, you just print the page, cut the cards, mix them, and ask the students to play the memory game. They know what is a memory game, but this is a second, there's another opportunity for them to recycle the vocabulary you have just introduced, and also just by doing something enjoyable. They like playing games. So in this way, we do not only teach the vocabulary, the words in English, but also focus on social values while they are having fun. All right. Okay, some more pages. I'm going to show you now another page from a different level. Now this time the level is third, for the 3rd grade, Happy Together, number 3. And this focuses on respecting the rules. Throughout the books on the 5 level, all the levels of the course book, Happy Days, you're going to find focus on different skills. There are many of them. I chose here the rules of how to behave on the road. Okay, so the students to be aware what is right to do, what is good to do, and what is not good idea to do. So let me show you a part. Okay, so this is one of the pages of the book. And you can see different situation when students go around in the city. Of course, they go around, they go out, they walk in the park. There's this little boy with his friend. And you can have the bus, you can see here the bus stop, and it's a good idea to wait first. There are the people go off the bus, and then we get on the bus. Um, Also here you can see the traffic lights, the red lights stop, the orange lights slow down, and making the point of following the road rules. Consolidating these ideas with other activity, true, false, showing the kids if it's okay to go by bike, yes, or red light should stop, true or false. They should be able to respond this. What is true or false? It is true to get on first, or it is true to get off. So you can have an idea. You can see here the well-designed and carefully designed materials to instill these values and to make and to encourage the students and the little kids to respect the rules. In this case, the rules are road safety and going around the city. Being aware that the traffic light's red, you should stop, and being aware when you enter the bus, you first wait for people to get off and then you get on. Simple things, but little by little, you can build the good citizenship, the values that we need to emphasize. And more on road safety and road rules. I'd say a beautifully designed and a variety of tasks. Well, the first one is a listening task. So the students listen and they should be able to select one of the two options. Rules for getting on the bus, rules for traffic, rules for crossing the road. They should be able to listen, understand, and respond. On the same topic, here we have an interview. So the task is the students should ask 1, 2, or 3 friends. They should ask the questions, and then do you use a zebra crossing? Do you wait your turn? So it's a speaking activity, an interactive activity with other students to practice their speaking skill, their fluency, obviously, and consolidate these concepts. And of course, the songs. The best way for me, it brings so much joy in the classroom to play a song, in the same time to practice their reading skill, their listening skills, and as we said before, in an enjoyable way, engaging way, stimulating for them. It's motivating for them to listen to the song, not just to study the grammar rules. All right. Okay, and this again, I just wanted to say it's taken from Happy Together Third. Variety, as you saw before, a variety of different tasks on the same topic. Here we move on to a different level, a higher one, Happy Days 5 for children of the 5th grade elementary. And this time we're focusing on friendship. This is what I chose, but you can find in the book different values that focus on different aspects. Teaching values through stories. Now, in the Happy Days course book level 5, there is a selection of different stories. They start from the unit 1, and through the units, you're going to see what happens on these, the character of the story. It evolves in different levels. The first one here is the first day of the unit 1, the first day of school. So students are making new friends. They are getting to know each other. Some of them are happy. Some of them are a little bit in a different mood, not a very friendly mood. Okay, let's see what happens first. And next. Sometimes friends have also difficult moments. They play jokes on each other, or they play a trick on each other. For example, Lily here is having a little bit of hard time because her friends made a sandwich with a cobra, and Lily's not very happy. And it can happen in the classroom. They play tricks to each other. But when Lily needs help, and She was in a difficult, she was looking for her little pet. If you look at the story now, at this point, obviously I chose very small parts of the story. I hope it makes sense. Lily was looking for a little pet, and her friend helped her, and she was very happy that even though by playing jokes and tricks and making a little bit difficult moment, still when she needed her friends, they were there for her. Because friends together, friends forever, because a friend in need is a friend indeed. And this is taken from the pages of the book. And through the stories, through the units, you're going to find beautiful messages written, wise proverbs and sayings with beautiful message to pass to the students. In this case, the importance of friendship. All right, let me move on. So it was the selection, the previous selection of some of the pages of the new course book, which is for me, and I am sure you agree with me, a new tool for teaching much more than just English. Beyond teaching grammatical structures and lexical chunks, this new course book aims to develop social and emotional skills of little children, as well as abilities, language abilities that our students need to succeed in their life. The focus is on helping children develop not just linguistically, but as people too, by introducing principles, values, to model good behaviors through engaging activities, motivating tasks, simple stories, and a lot more. All right. So in this slide, you can see the 5 levels, the covers of the 5 different books from very young age, level 1, all the way through the level 5. And apart from student and workbook, this course book comes with a lot of booklets and supplementary materials. You can have here, there's a lot of different, for each level, different booklets accompany the course book. So we're looking at Happy Together, level 1. Apart from level Happy Together, where you can find all these activities and material and resources to instill the values and life skills, there is also the booklet of Let's Start One. I also have it with me here, and through beautiful illustration, it is the first collection right from the first month of the school year, when the children do not speak English. Through beautiful stories and beautiful pictures, they learn the commands in the classroom, to communicate in the classroom through simple words in English. I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can see that. All right. And going up in the next level, you can have Happy Together, which I showed you some pages from before. And as you teach language, vocabulary, as you teach grammar structure, and you do the exercise in the workbook, and you feel that your classroom still needs some more consolidation, there is a booklet of Boost Your English, which is dedicated to grammar. You can find more and more exercises to consolidate grammar, vocabulary, activities, not boring, not definitely boring for children, activities that can stimulate their, that can motivate them, and activities that make them want to do also the next one. And as you can see, this is on all levels. Also for the last one, for students of 5th grade, apart from course book, workbook, and a Happy Together booklet, which has a focus, I repeat, on skills, life skills, you're going to find also the Easy Invalsi booklet, which has focused, as it says from the title, on the Invalsi tests. So there is, let me see if I have it here. Okay, it's this one here. Sorry, it's this one here. You can find invalsi activities, listening, true false tasks, to make them familiar with this exam and to improve their language skills. Obviously, for each level, you have a very useful teacher's guide. In all pages, you can find all the instructions for you that explain in very simple language, in a very explain in detailed way what you need to do in each step, in each task, giving you valuable advice. And also you have other materials like audiobooks and CDs, I think, and also the digital material online. Okay. I don't know if you have any question, please feel free to type your questions in the chat box. And here is the last slide. As I said before, you're going to be able to find the recorded, thank you. You're going to be able to find the recorded version in the celticpublishing.com, then the website. You can also follow Celtic Publishing on Facebook, write email on this email address. And don't miss the next webinar on the 25th of March from 5 to 6 p.m. from Claudia, our dear colleague Claudia Bardioli. She's a wonderful author and writer. Let me see if I have, if you're, okay. Thank you, Angela. Thank you so much. Remember to be friendly. Yes, Francesca. At this point, yes, thank you. Thank you. You're very nice. You're very kind. I'm not sure if there are any questions. Okay. Okay. All right. So at this point, thank you very much for participating. Thank you for your responses. And you're welcome, Maria. Thank you. Okay. So make sure to subscribe to the next webinar. You're going to find all you need in the website www.celticpublishing.com, and see you next time. Have a nice afternoon, everybody. Goodbye. Bye-bye.